Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you more of the ways that double-strung harp multiplies the therapeutic effect of harp itself, which is very therapeutic. And I'll show you some improv techniques that you can use in therapy settings, those of you who are trained for that, or just for fun of improvising for the rest of us. One of the things that magnifies the therapeutic effect of harp when you use a double-strung harp is the sympathetic vibrations, and this is major. So, especially on a harp like this, a double-strung where the strings are very close together, this is profound. So, when I pluck this G, it's also vibrating this G. So, if I'm going to play orally, and I'm going to pretend it's a single strung harp by damping these that would vibrate sympathetically. It would sound like, which is beautiful. But on double strung, the sympathetic vibrations are so healing. You can hear that vibrato when you're in person. It may or may not come across on YouTube. You need to probably use headphones. Then another way that you can magnify that is to play in unison. And then of course, you can play chords with it. So this chord is really neat because it overlaps. It has that G and that C in the same register, so there's more of that sympathetic. You can also do a delayed thumb 1-5-8. So you can also do tenths in the left hand, which, again, since it's right across from its neighbors, its sympathetic neighbors, has a beautiful therapeutic effect. Sometimes to have your music fit on the range of this harp, you might want to lift your F levers to put it in the key of G, so that your tonic is at the bottom of the harp. Sometimes a tune just fits better on the harp. Now I'm going to play something just for the fun of it that you'd probably never play in a therapeutic session. I don't know. Those of you who are trained that will know. It might be in a waiting room. I don't know that either. But I just want to show you how it fits in G. So I could also do Over the Rainbow in C, but I might find that it's too high on the harp for my tastes. Again, I'm just using 3 against 4. And at the end of this video, I'll list the tutorials where you can go and learn these different techniques. So, in this tutorial, I'm going to use part of the time an Eve 22 double-strung lap harp. This is a maple one. I'll use a walnut one also. Of course, it has 44 strings. This time I'm going to use the maple one on the lap harp board, and because, number one, it puts the harp at a really good level. The last tutorial I had my walnut harp at a higher level so that you could see both of us. But the board puts it at a great level so that you can see all the strings and move your arms. And also, the board is really easy to take from room to room. Those of you that are doing professional therapy playing, you just take it. It actually fits in the case. Take it, put it down, put your harp on it, and begin to play. The interesting thing is it also magnifies the sustain slightly and the tone slightly. My friend Nan says that one of the advantages of the double strung therapeutically is it does much more of the work. She has much less work to do, so she can focus more on the patient. So let's say she goes into a room where the patient is in distress and crying out or screaming, and she wants to meet them where they are at the same frequency they're at, and she experiments and finds out it's a G. If she were on a single strung harp and just did this, it's not as powerful as, and she can really, relaxes her too, and she can look at the patient and know where they're coming from and if they start to slow down or go lower. Let's say she just wants to do a G158, F158, G158. That's on a double strum. If she were trying to get that on a single strum, it would have to be. So, that's on a double strum, or one really easy therapeutic thing you can do with the little Eve, if you have full levers, is to put it in pentatonic tuning, which some of the training courses called angel tuning or angel mode. And you, if it's in C, like this, you just flip up the B's and the E's, and then you just gliss. My Brea is tuned in F, so I'm making it pentatonic here by just lifting the A and the E levers. And to show you what a pentatonic gliss sounds like on this. And the advantage again on a double strum is you can go down and up at the same time. So just, oh, it's great to improvise in. What I did there was just 1/5/8 in the left hand and just 4-note runs in the right hand. A 4-note run, when it's tuned in pentatonic, doesn't sound like 4 notes in a row. So anyway, just you can feel free to do anything you want to, but it was mostly 4-note runs. So I went. Now, if you have a lap harp that doesn't have levers or it doesn't have full levers, you can still play pentatonically, but just play the white strings. And so you might do a left hand 1/5/8, sometimes with a delayed thumb, and sometimes with an umpa, which I'll list the video that teaches this. And the right hand, just an angel finger, a single finger on any string. And because it overlaps, oh, it's so beautiful. I'm sure you could use this in a clinical setting. Here are a couple of tips for holding a double-strung lap harp safely and comfortably, especially when you're using it for long periods. You don't want it to lean hard on you. So you want to tip it just to the point where it's balanced, and then you come to it and it's on your shoulder just lightly. I also like to put a soft padded cloth behind there. And some people like to use the strap that comes with it very lightly, so it's not pulling on them, but it's making them feel secure, because if they go forward, the harp can't go anywhere. On the double strum, you can get a beautiful shimmery technique very easily by delaying the thumb in your 1-5-8. Instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So listen to this. So I was playing here in the same register almost, and I was going. Those were the same note. So it's echoing each other. It's just beautiful. You can echo anything. You could do a full 4-note chord. Or you can do 3 against 4. You can also, so that was I was playing my left side and then the right side. So you could also echo those. Here's a fun improv thing to do, and that is to just do a 1-5-8 in the right hand on the tonic, and this is tuned in F, so F is what I'm doing. In the right hand, do the same thing. In the left hand, do the same thing, echoed. Then stay on the F and then go up. So your left fourth finger is then on a G and then on an A and so forth. But now you're doing 1-6-8. So listen how it sounds. Oh, that's cool. That was a 7th in the left hand. Cool. That's what I call a happy accident, when you do something you didn't plan and it sounds great. In F now, the same type of thing.